words, and I understand David's confusion on how to pronounce it. It's an apostrophe S and the word words, hence the joke with the sword stuck through the cover. About 50% of the content I generated and 50% I lifted from sources. So I thought it made sense to sort of nod to that in the title. Others' words, his words, her words. And there's a lot of really diverse sources, I'll say. I mean, I'm not going to recommend that anybody here read Alice Walker's poetry, but she had some lines that I ganged. Upon inhabiting the requisite perplexities for an appropriate number of years, the passionate and chaotic time of sex is converted into historical, social time, love a matter of public record. The vital part or essence, too often theorized and too seldom illustrated, comprises that unseen element, the lack of possession even in passion, transitory as lace tatted by waves, appearing, disappearing, and reappearing. Despite or in spite of my inclination toward the piquancy of longing, its aftertaste echoing, yet I love, I love. I offer again the opportunity to recall to mind what happened every last night. I'll read some newer things, some things that might appear. Aaron Lowenger's not here, so I'm not going to read the poem I wrote for him. I'll read the poem with the birds in it. We had a conversation during a hockey game about how we both OD'd on Jonathan Skinner and are tired of birds and poems. And my name's Robin, you'd think I'd want to write about birds. So this is a poem I wrote in Maine, and it features the birds of Maine. I don't know that we have ospreys here. We certainly don't have loons. The wingspan of submerged possibility. This poem was made taking a poem by Jennifer Moxley that had really long lines and keeping the number of words per line. And I don't remember offhand which poem of hers it was. Here an osprey circles to dive, rising, luckless and unsatisfied, an exercise in repetition, in the persistence of a desire which demands satisfaction as the glove slap in a duel. What then is worth such pursuit? Shards of heart muscle turned puzzle pieces. What struggle more domestic than that at home in the body? A relentless hunger. Two terns fly over the dusk-darkening pond, a pair singular and eternal, the dyad of acceptability. Still, from the deepening grayscale interval between solo and duet, I wring scrapbooks from my mouth. Each tooth, the jawbone, tongue, lips, gums, recording their various intimacies. The broken dock thumps in boat's wake. How honeybees thrust their bodies while feeding, one appetite. Yet what does desire reveal but itself in each separate act of creation, each chain of chemical reactions, the biology behind love processes, a set of notebooks for poetry, a diary, thoughts recorded in languages known as other, drained wine bottles, shots of whiskey, carafes beaded with the condensation of expectation more often than not soured, an unreturned phone call, postcards belatedly arriving, pregnant with what is unsaid. Hand on wrist indicates possibility to lead or follow. Aggressive behavior ensures victory as being taken, overwhelmed, a rooftop or stairwell, and kisses, real or imagined, elevate heart rate, release pheromones, neurotransmitters in constant attempts at pair bonding. Flawed reason unsupported by the hedonism of the days, polyamorous affairs, silly rabbit, monogamy is stupid. These and unrepentant erotics, but the dishes must get done somehow, orgasm or not. Defiance preferable to the expected reproduction. Instead, the unborn progeny of genius ferments, expelled in an ecstasy, a lateral pattern, a chain of sensation with loops irregular as the ospreys dive, its solitary pleasure-seeking complemented by loon calls toward isolation and its end, wisps of smoke and storm cloud, wings wide for elevation, each thwarted attempt at satiation, each success bittersweet, a thirsty reed, skins for tactile learning, overtaking darkness, fatigue, and the hunt ceases, a bird in flight disappearing, desires aftertaste and earned hunger, glass sharp in the shadows. guess I'll read one more. Yeah, why not? You guys, well, you guys, there were like 3 of you that went to Nava Fader's book release, and I read a poem there that had a lot of stuff going on with prepositions in and on. So this is another preposition poem inspired by Michael Sycamores' Futuring, which if you don't have and haven't read, get it. This man can hook you up. It was really a lot of fun, and I don't know how many of you like make time for fun being in grad school. There's not always, like, this was like I didn't want the poems to end and then ran out of space on the page and said it's over. So, which I think is great. Alice Notley does that. You know, you'll see like this variety of line length, and she's like, it was the size of my notebook at the time, which I think is kind of great. So this is Right Woven Prices. Over netting, under fan blades, over medium, under white cotton, over table, under rail stop, over public moment, under April nighttime, over covers, under salad dressing, over shoulders, under candle wax, over coffee, under hands, over wireless telephones, under time change, over script, under foot, over ashtrays filling, under Orion's belt, over grape shapes, under eyelids, over series, under black polyester, over burdock wildly, under camera lens, over tired, under shower heads, over wrists in, under person forest, over ripping out, under stone skipping, over guest list, under victory garden, over stubble, under weight of, over game scores, under rust spot, over rolling pin, under honey sky, over corner lookout, under massive frames, over masks erupting, under seasonal, over wrought iron cornfield, under nylon, over backless, under bead gravity, over threaded needle, under metal dimensions, over 12 o'clock strike, under whale oil, over glass bottom, under hide, over big band, under attention span, over silk tie, under scrutiny, over smoked meats, under blossom riot, over quilt pattern, under nails, over appetizers, under earplug energy, over burn marks, under root tangle, over Mohawk Valley, under zoning restriction, over foreign exchange rates, under sleeplessness, over homemade, under Ferris wheels, over low tide, under furrow, over raw particulars, under tear stain, over fast waters, under spellbound, over holiday, under what's wrong, over light deprivation, under drenching, over faces made, under chlorine burn, over dust layer, under layers of, over spines ranging, under hemline, over border drama force, under piss stained, over sensitive tremble, under pipe sweat, over slow dances, under gut song, over profiling error, under confluence, over bowl passing, under feather squares, over attempted lines, under humidity percentage, can I get an amen? Over chipped, under ribbon curl, over debate history, under letting go, over garlic peel, under plucked things, over guesses, under absent voice, over river desert, under mine cavernings.